We've all been there. You're cruising along enjoying your day in your gas-guzzling 3-row SUV when all of a sudden your gas light comes on again. You pull into a gas station, you begin to fill up, and you watch those numbers absolutely fly by. And you start to realize, wow, I can't do this forever. Well, now you don't have to, because the folks at Hyundai have a solution. What's up, everybody? My name is Elliott, but you can call me the Motory Notary. And remember, it's Hyundai, like Sunday, not Hyundai. Anyway, today I'm here with the 2021 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. And that's because it's, no, this is a hybrid. No, it's the Sonata Hybrid. No, yeah, I'm saying it is a hybrid. Oh, okay, I get it. You think I'm saying it's Sonata Hybrid, but it is a Hyundai Sonata and it is a hybrid. Yeah, Sonata Hybrid. No, okay, never mind. You'll get it in a minute. Anyway, today I'm here with the 2021 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid, and this one is better than the normal one. This one's the Blue Edition, which means it gets even more miles to the gallon. And today I'm going to show you why the Sonata Hybrid is not only a hybrid, but it's better than the offerings from both Toyota and Honda. All right, so let's talk about what we've got here. This is the 2021 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid Blue. And blue in Hyundai's world means it's even more efficient. Think of it like the green edition, except, well, blue. And it's not like Mercedes blue, where they mean it's a diesel. For whatever reason, Hyundai chose blue, and that's just the way it is. Think of it like the Prius Prime. It's the more hybrid version, hybrid plus, if you will. Looking at the styling, this one is actually a very, very good looking car. These lights are very cool, and I'll show you here in a second. The coolest part is, this is where you'd see the normal DRL, you know, just the kind of eyelash there. But on this car, the DRL extends all the way up, like midway through the hood line, and it makes this thing look very, very premium. I like that. Another thing that you kind of notice, it doesn't say hybrid right here. Normally, when you get the hybrid version of a car, they put the badge as many places as they can, but not here, and I kind of appreciate that. It's a good looker, you know. It's got enough style lines, especially over here. It's got a nice crease, including the fuel cap, very handy. Now we take a look here at the window sticker, and you can see here, these are big numbers, 52 miles per gallon combined, 54 on the highway. That is just impressive. Other notable things here, believe it or not, this was transported on a truck, which I know is crazy. As you can see, this one stickers for $29,555, which is not a bad price for such an awesome vehicle, and it's got class-leading fuel economy, so you can't beat that. Now, coming around the back, this is my favorite styling cue, is you have air stabilizers built in to the brake light spoiler combo here. So the idea here is that this stops the air from being so turbulent and increases your miles to the gallon ever so slightly, but it also adds a nice styling touch. And then you have your little hybrid logo, and this is the only place it says it on the rear of the whole car, and it's in a totally different font than anything else. It's kind of weird. And then this is what makes it special. This is how everybody knows you're getting even better MPGs than everybody else. Which brings me to another point about them putting blue on the back, because clearly this car's Sonata Blue. This car is white, but they put blue on the back. And that was my way of shoehorning in another Sonata joke. Anyway, and under here, we have your traditional internal combustion engine and all of your hybrid stuff. And combined, they make 192 horsepower, which is pretty good. And it's actually more than the Z4 makes over there. And I think actually more than that Corvette makes, which is also saying something. You got a really prominent intake. I really like that. And then over here, all of your hybrid junk. Orange means you'll die if you touch it. Black means it's just kind of normal. So you got a lot of death wires, including back there and around there, but it's okay because you're not going to be handling them anyway. That is the power plant of the Sonata Hybrid, and it's Sonata bad looking. Moving on into the interior of the Sonata Blue Hybrid. Well, you can tell it's Sonata Blue in here either. It is black, but it is also very, very spacious and well equipped. Now, this one does not have the all digital display, which is available on this, but it does have a very nice color center display. And of course, your regular infotainment display over here, which I always have on the hybrid energy flow meter. And another Hyundai favorite of mine is auto climate control with 3 different settings. So this is auto low, auto high, auto medium, and that's just the way that every car should be. And this is a very handsome gear selector, and it feels super, super premium in a car that's less than 30 grand. I would love to drive this thing pretty much any distance, whether it's in the city because you're mostly electric, or on the highway because, well, this thing has a range of up to 680 miles. Now, I would for sure have to pee before the gas tank ran out, but that is mind-blowing. That's crazy, and that's the kind of range your Sonata gonna get in the Accord or the Camry. Something to keep in mind. Another thing though that is very specific to this car is when it's in drive and you're moving around and you're on electric only power, it makes the coolest futuristic UFO sound to kind of warn pedestrians that you're around. Take a listen. And when you're in reverse, it makes a little woo, woo, woo. It's hard to do an impression of, but it makes another sound for reverse. And that's a huge leg up on the Prius, because the Prius sounds like a freaking construction vehicle with its beeping. This sounds very nice. It's a very cool way to audibly let everyone know that you're in reverse. And one last thing before you take it out on the road, listen to this amazing shutdown chime. Wow. Rear space, Sonata so bad. Get your own USB back there, that's pretty nice. And trunk space is also Sonata so bad. It's hard to actually see the end of it, it's so far away. All right, so there's kind of a tour of the Sonata, and as you can tell, it's not a bad car. So let's go take it out on the road and see if it drives as well as it looks in here. Well, driving the Sonata Hybrid. First of all, doing my favorite hybrid thing, leaving on all electric power. I feel like I find myself naturally talking quieter like an NPR presenter when I'm driving a hybrid. Coincidence? The sound that it makes for pedestrians is so cool. It's so futuristic. I bet people think that like there's a UFO behind them. It's such a wild sound. Trying not to get the gas motor to kick on. Supposedly this has a 28-mile electric range on a full charge, and that's impressive, and especially considering this is not a plug-in hybrid, so that's very, very impressive. But anyway, what is the Sonata Hybrid like to drive? Well, truthfully, Sonata's so bad. But all jokes aside, it really is a great driving car. It's got all the creature comforts you could want, and it holds the road just fine. It just has the added benefits of doing the cool hybrid stuff that I personally love. It makes driving a relatively boring commuter car way, way more fun. Like, you can watch this system do its thing. You're constantly feeling like you're doing something, you're contributing to something, not necessarily to the planet. Now, another thing you do notice, because this car is so quiet and there's no motor noise, at least most of the time in the city, is road noise. Now, this one, again, is the Blue edition, and part of the Blue means that they've taken out some sound deadening in an effort to make it lighter. Now, does that make it obnoxiously loud? Of course not. Does it make it a little loud? Sort of. But again, it's really hardly anything to complain about. It's just something you notice when you're driving around with the radio off. Of course, you've also got to factor in this has super rock hard, eco-friendly tires in there to get the most out of your miles per gallon. And tires like that always are louder on the pavement. It's just the way it is. Another thing that I'm liking while driving it is I'm in cruise, I'm on adaptive like I just said, and it's staying in electric mode. A lot of times if I do that in the Prius, given mine's a lot older, the second the throttle input is needed, it just kicks the gas motor right on. This has a much more lenient range of throttle application before it kicks on the gas motor, and I love it because that's what you want a hybrid for. You want to try to drive with the electric motor as much as possible. Speaking of motor, oh, there's a BMW i8. Fellow hybrid owner. Now, one of the reasons that the Sonata Hybrid Blue Edition is better than the Honda and the Camry offerings is because of that gas mileage. Now, the one that gets the closest to it is the Camry, because it actually gets 1 mile per gallon better in the city, but it loses to it on the highway. So the Camry's at like 51, 53, and the Honda's not even close. It's at like 48 city, 48 highway, which is kind of impressive that they got them to match, but you know, symmetry is important. The reason this is better is because all of those cars start out within like hundreds of dollars of each other. They're all about $27,000. One doesn't have a giant price lead on the other, so it's all about those precious, precious EPA ratings. And the Sonata Hybrid Blue, well, it beats the others by a long shot. Now, driving it in an environment where it's not exactly suited for it. Let's put it in, let's do sport. Give it a whirl. And immediately I'm reminded of another advantage that the Hyundai has over the others. This is not a CVT. This is a traditional 6-speed automatic. Gears happen. When you floor it, it downshifts in actual gear. It's not pretending with a CVT or anything like that. And the interesting thing is, Hyundai actually said they could get better miles to the gallon if they switched to a CVT, but they chose to stay with this for a more traditional driving feel. And I kind of appreciate it. They beat the pack and they maintained a traditional transmission. That is admirable. Again, this is not what it's meant for, but it is interesting to note that it's not as miserable as you would imagine a Sonata Hybrid through here. So again, its handling is Sonata so bad. It's Sonata so great, but it's Sonata so bad. And it is fun to watch this needle just dance around in the power meter. Because it goes full power, you let off, it whips to the other side for charge, and then it's right back in the middle for eco. It's just constantly doing a dance. And it's very, very fun to watch. Not for the center display, when it shows the engine being on, it looks like an angry jack-o'-lantern giving you power. Even though it's Sonata Halloween, that's an interesting feature. We are adaptive cruised, steering wheel's green, which means I can be hands-free and gesticulate and talk with my hands like every other car reviewer. And I know some of you guys absolutely love that. So I'm gonna take advantage of it while I can and really talk about what I'm saying in terms of the Hyundai Sonata, because being hands-free for this long is Sonata something you can do in many other cars other than like a Tesla. In terms of real-world speed in this car, kind of hard to determine. I don't actually know what the 0 to 60 is, I kind of forgot, but that's not what's important in a car like this. What's really important for city driving is the 0 to 40. So you see where I stoplight, there's a work truck next to us. I think we can dust him, but let's see. Oh, broke the tires loose a little bit. And see, look, that was super fast. I mean, we didn't go crazy fast, but we accelerated. That would have been fast enough to get out of the way of any oncoming traffic. It's more than fast enough to pull out into traffic. And I mean, that's all that matters. When you're driving a city car, 0 to 40, that is the figure that matters. Not 0 to 60, not 60 to 100, none of the normal performance car metrics. That acceleration pull right there is it. And this delivers in a big, big way. Factor that in with the fact that I can just drive in electric only mode right now, even after that big pull. It's not sitting here trying to recharge the battery because I depleted it. It was fine with it. This is a ton of equipment, a ton of technology, and all for less than what I would say the average cost of a new car is in the United States. That's impressive. Huge shout out to Hatchet Hyundai for letting me experience this car for the day. This is a car you really need to drive to soak in all of the features. And now that I have driven it and spent some time in it, I'm very, very sold. So be sure to check them out if you're in the market for one of these. Even if you're not in the Midwest area, they'll ship all across the nation. So check out Hatchet Hyundai. I'll have a link in the description below. So there you go, guys. That was a little tour and drive of the Sonata Hybrid Blue. And as you can tell, it's Sonata Blue, but it is a hybrid. So I get that the name's kind of confusing, but I think you guys get it now. You get it, right? It's Sonata Hybrid. Remember, after all this? No, it is a hybrid. Oh my, dang it, forget it. Anyway, that is the Sonata Hybrid. I know I use the joke a lot, but what are some Sonata phrases that you think I missed or that you use yourself? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear them because there's no way I Sonata said them all. I don't know, that wasn't even a good one. Anyway, another huge shout out to Hatchet Hyundai of Wichita, their Sonata Bad dealership, and it was very nice of them to let me borrow this Sonata Hybrid Blue for the day. I actually really enjoyed my time in this car, and well, who knows, now it's on my favorite list of hybrids, so that's something to be said. Be sure to check them out. They've got a website. I'll have a link in the description below, and even if you're not in the Midwest, they ship cars all over the nation, so check them out and let them know I sent you. Anyway, be sure to follow me on Instagram. It's a great place to get some behind-the-scenes content there. Follow me on Facebook. Join my Facebook group. It's a fun place for memes, and I'm hoping for a lot of Sonata memes after this one. But other than that, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe on this video, and I will see you guys on the next video. Make it a face, Dad.
Sonata that funny.
I know. Okay. We have to sit at the stoplight forever because pedestrians hit the little crosswalk. And this particular stoplight, it like throws it for a loop anytime anybody has to cross the street, because it's a T intersection. So it's like, well, I guess we better hold the traffic up for the next 45 minutes to make sure everybody gets across okay. And the pedestrians probably didn't even notice I was here, because I was just sitting here silently in my Sonata Hybrid Blue. And also, this hybrid's white. I just want to clarify that. I know it's called the Blue, but this one is Sonata Blue. It's white.